So it's time to put the lost panel lines and what have you in. And for this, I'm just using a razor saw because it gives me the most control. I'll be using this on all the join lines, all the wing leaning edges and all that sort of stuff. Once I'm happy with everything, it's time to start with the priming, first with the black rattle can, and then on to the painting. And for this build, I'm going to be using some mask sets made by the Crafting Well. And as you can see from the photo down there, I've already sprayed a white blotch, should we say, where they're going to be. And next up will be the yellow, the blue, and so on. And we'll just go through from there. So once the yellow's dry, I add the circular first part of the roundels, like so, making sure it's level with the other side. And once that's done, I can move on to doing the blue. Once the blue's on before the red, I use some masco or masco fluid just around the edges, just to make sure everything's blended in. And then it's time to move on to the belly of the aircraft. These were quite stark type blue colours, which I hope I've got the right colour here. Next up is the camo. So starting with XF59 from Tamiya, we're going to put a lighter coat all over like the sandy colour, and then it'll be the darker colour on top of that. And I steadily build up the thickness of the paint until I'm happy with the effect. And next up is the darker for the brown colour. As you can see, I've masked off with some white hat worms and just some masking tape, and now we're going to do exactly the same. It's building up the colour until I'm happy. Next up is the silver on the nose and the leading edges, and for this I'm just going to use Vallejo's metal colour aluminium. Again, just a light dusting to build it up as I go. And once that's done, I then did the like the worms, the red and green, which I forgot to get on camo, which I do apologise. But as you can see there, the camo was sprayed on freehand. Next, it's time to start with the weathering, and for this, I'm just going to use a sand colour to replicate sand and dust on the underside. A very thin ratio, about 90% thinner to 10% paint, and just paint it where I think that, you know, there might be some dust build up and all that sort of stuff. We're going to add a lighter colour buff and then do exactly the same. Next up, time to weather the wheels, and over a gloss coat with different shades all mixed together to give me a sandy type colour. I'm just going to do like a wash, but not so much of a wash, a little bit thicker than wash, and just blend it all into the wheels. And then after chipping and a wash, it's then to move on to the final part of this weathering, just using some oils to give us some streaks and some fading, and just to make it more warning and what have you. And there she is, all finished. I added some exhaust stains, some dusting, and all that sort of stuff over the airframe. Yeah, so I'm rather chuffed how this one turned out with the re-riveting and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, really enjoyable build. Anyway, that's it for now, fellas, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.